Thank you, Governor. First of all, let me welcome all of you to Capital Lighting. Capital Lighting is a business that was started by my great-grandfather and grandfather, wiring homes from gas to the new technology electric lighting.
And I knew them.
Back then we were a disruptive tech startup. And so here we are, since 1924, all these years later, we're still carrying on with my brother and myself in the fourth generation here. We're a family-run business. And Governor, appreciate everything that you've done for small businesses in the state of Florida, and I hope you'll bring that same executive leadership and that same dedication to the U.S. Senate, because we are trying every single day to take care. We have 151 families depending upon us and our leadership team to make those good decisions every day. And whatever you can do for small businesses up in Washington will make it easier for us to take care of those 151 families, and we're going to count on you for that. And so let me turn it over to Governor Scott and the next U.S. Senator from Florida.
Well, it's first off, thanks everybody for being here. It's when you decided to run, I started to run for the first time back in 2010, and as Rick said, the economy was in the tank. It's exciting when you travel around the state and you campaign, and you see that you can make a difference. You see that if you work hard, people get a job, businesses can prosper. So first off, I want to congratulate everybody at Capital Lighting. I hope everybody walks out after you pay with some lighting.
I've already done that with 3 houses.
And then if you want some high-end help, I know where Rick can take you down the road, and he'll be glad to do that. So, but the truth is, what they do every day here and what they do at Rick's Place is they create jobs. I mean, they solve people's problems and they create jobs. And you're right, when you run a business, you're dependent on a family. I want to thank some other people here before I forget. Michael, thank you. Michael's the chair of the Republican Party.
Oh, Michael.
We already thanked the mayor for being here. Mayor, thank you for being here. Thank you, Governor. And Commissioner Abrams, thank you for being here. It's nice when you come down here. This part of the state is very, very aggressive at job creation. Kelly Smallridge is not here, I don't think, but they have great economic development team down here, and on top of that, you have great chambers. There's probably not a better chamber than the Boca Chamber. And Sarah, thank you for being here. Thank both of you for being here. I love business. When I got out of the Navy, my wife and I were already married, and I got out and I'd saved my money up, and my mom didn't have a job. There were 3 kids at home still. I had 2 younger brothers and a sister. My father didn't have a job, and so my mom needed a job. So we bought it. My wife and I pulled the money we saved in the Navy, and we bought a donut shop so she could run it. And we helped her when we were not working full-time or going to school full-time. And it allowed her to provide for our family, for my father and my 2 younger brothers and a sister. And when you get into business, you hope that everybody's going to show up and buy what you're selling. And at that time, they did buy a lot of donuts. And they were a lot cheaper back then, by the way. But we figured out how to build a business. My mom did a really good job building a business. And I've been in business all my life. And I loved business because you're out there, you're trying to solve somebody's needs. You're trying to give somebody either a great experience, give them the product that they need, and almost everything's now tied to having a great experience. And so I want to thank all the small businesses that are here for doing that. When I got elected back in 2010, we'd lost 832,000 jobs in 4 years. If you look at the turnaround that we've had in the state, we've added 1.5 million jobs. It's really small businesses. It's small businesses. We've got to make it easier for our small businesses to get into business. Make it easier for them to get a permit. We've done that. Make it easier to deal with regulations. Get rid of the ones you don't need. We've cut about 5,400 regulations so far. But we have to do it at the local level. We have to do it at the state level. We have to do it at the federal level. Because if we make it difficult for all these businesses to get started, they're not going to be able to hire as many people, and they don't have unlimited resources when you want to start a business. You have almost no resources when you want to start a business. That's how people get started. They start with no money. So in this state, thanks to the support of the legislature, we've cut taxes almost 100 times. We've cut now $10 billion in taxes. And if you don't think tax cuts work, we've increased our state revenues by $20 billion after cutting $10 billion of taxes. So that's a pretty good return on investment. And it's allowed us to pay down debt. We paid off almost a third of the state debt, about $10 billion. So this state's on a roll, but it's tied to small businesses. Now, I'm in this race against an individual that's a complete hypocrite. So here's a guy that has voted for tax increases, Bill Nelson, over 300 times. Over 300 times the guy's voted for tax increases, but in his campaign, he doesn't want to pay payroll taxes. Now, how do you do that? That's pretty hypocritical. On top of that, he's been for big government healthcare mandates. He doesn't pay healthcare for his employees in his campaign. Now, all of us that have been in business, we all have to pay our taxes. So it's pretty hypocritical, somebody that's pushing for tax increases to not pay their taxes or provide healthcare after he pushes all these government mandates. But what I'm excited here today to talk about is we have a small business coalition. Now we have over 400 small businesses from every county around the state. They all support my race for the Senate because I'm going to do the same thing I've done as governor. I'm going to show up and say, how do we make sure the small businesses can prosper? We talked about an internet issue today. I was at a business this morning, they're bringing up the exact same issue. When they make these federal decisions, we got to figure out how does it impact a small business, and is it going to make it more difficult for them to succeed? We got to help all of our businesses succeed. But most of the job creation in this country is small businesses. On top of that, this week the NFIB, which represents a little less than 10,000 companies in our state, endorsed me in my race. And I was blessed to get their endorsement back in 2010 and 2014, and they know that I'm going to continue to show up and fight for small businesses. It's the backbone of this entire country. So it's exciting to be here. I hope everybody buys a light and takes it home. When I walked in, kids said, so first thing I said was, first off, my wife's going to do all this. I don't get to pick a light in my house. My wife,
No, we do that.
and she loves homes, and she enjoyed when we went to the mansion and tried to make that a place for everybody who wanted to visit. So she would have loved all this lighting. So thank you for hosting us here. Thank you everybody for being here. I will work hard, and I hope everybody will get out. Some of us are on the ballot in August. I think it's August 28th. Get out and vote. And then those are on the ballot on November 6th. Everybody needs to vote. It's very important. It doesn't matter what party you are, you need to get out there. This is your government, whether it's state, local, or federal, get out there and elect people that are going to represent you. So thanks everybody for being here.